You want to stop a meltdown as quickly as possible. And I'm going to explain the neuroscience into exactly how. I'm Danielle Douglas, the school behaviour brain specialist. And for the last 19 years, I have used neuroscience to make behaviour easy. Because when we understand the brain, behaviour becomes easier. We need foolproof neuroscience-backed ways to get children out of the meltdown. It surprise you, but there are only 4 ways that you can effectively move a child's brain from the amygdala into the prefrontal cortex. When a child is having a meltdown, their amygdala takes over. And this is called an amygdala hijack. In the amygdala, children cannot listen, learn, process, or understand. Children need to be in the prefrontal cortex. So they can only use one behavior brain at a time. That we can move children from the amygdala into the prefrontal cortex is through questioning. In our residential children's homes and with our foster care children, we use something called the 3 whys. Using the 3 whys brings children's brains very quickly from the amygdala into the prefrontal cortex. Might be questions like, are you safe? Are you hurt? Do you need a drink? They are never linked directly to the behavior because that will put them back into the amygdala. The thing that will bring a child's brain from the amygdala into the prefrontal cortex is exercise. Now, this is not always easy, especially in schools. 30 other children and 1 child to reduce from a meltdown. Sometimes exercise isn't the best option. However, using exercise is the fastest way to get a child's brain from the amygdala into the prefrontal cortex. So if you can involve exercise, then please do. The next way to stop a meltdown is by learning something new. By learning something new or by problem solving, the prefrontal cortex can completely take the amygdala offline. And finally, this is probably the most used technique to bring a child from a meltdown, and that is distraction. In school, we use distraction as much as possible to bring children's brains out of that meltdown. And that might be things like humor or getting the child to do a task. After the distraction, we must bring children back to talk about their behavior. Distracting the child does not mean that their behavior was acceptable, and they need to learn about the behavior in the prefrontal cortex.